What if there was a website where criminals could buy stolen bank logins, email credentials, and digital identities for just a few dollars? A place where hacking isn't reserved for elite cyber criminals, but is as easy as shopping online. This isn't a hypothetical scenario, it was a reality. For years, Genesis Market thrived in the shadows, fueling identity theft and financial crimes on a global scale. Its creators made a fortune off the stolen identities of millions. How would the authorities force this illegal enterprise offline? And would they be able to keep the site shut down? Genesis Market became one of the most notorious cybercrime hubs in history. We need to go back to the beginning to understand how it achieved this feat. The masterminds behind this site were experienced hackers. They had big goals, intending to revolutionize the world of digital crime. Traditional hacking forums offered password dumps, but once someone changed their password, this information became outdated and useless. Genesis Market offered something far more valuable. Hackers could buy a victim's entire online identity. This included the ability to bypass security measures like multi-factor authentication. Even better, hackers would be automatically notified when a victim changed their password. But that's not the only way Genesis Market revolutionized cybercrime. It was built to be highly accessible. Genesis Market wasn't some obscure hacker forum buried in the depths of the dark web. With a simple invite, users could log in, browse its sleek, user-friendly interface, and shop for stolen credentials like they were on Amazon. Even a low-level criminal with no hacking experience could use the site to gain control over their victim's digital life. At its peak, Genesis Market had over 1.5 million stolen identities for sale, including credentials from Fortune 500 companies and government agencies. Victims would often have no idea their accounts were compromised until it was too late. In many cases, hackers would silently log in, steal funds or sensitive data, and vanish, leaving no trace behind. For years, this underground marketplace operated like a well-oiled machine, generating millions in revenue. Law enforcement agencies quickly took notice, but Genesis Market remained one step ahead, constantly adapting its tactics to avoid getting shut down. But the authorities were starting to close in. Law enforcement had infiltrated Genesis Market, tracking transactions and identifying key players within the criminal network. In April 2023, the authorities made their move. In a massive global sting operation known as Operation Cookie Monster, the FBI, Europol, and law enforcement agencies from 17 countries launched a coordinated takedown of the illicit marketplace. Authorities didn't just seize the Genesis Market website, they went after the users and administrators behind it. In one of the largest cybercrime crackdowns in history, over 120 arrests were made worldwide. Law enforcement raided homes, seized stolen data, and dismantled the infrastructure that allowed Genesis Market to operate. For the victims whose identities had been bought and sold on Genesis Market, the takedown brought some relief. But it also served as a grim reminder of just how widespread cybercrime had become. The stolen data wasn't erased. It had already been downloaded and distributed across countless hacker forums. Genesis Market was gone, but its impact would linger for years. So is this the end of the story? Sadly, Genesis Market didn't stay down for long. Within 2 weeks, the site was operational again on the dark web. That's not all. Cyber criminals are exploring new platforms. As long as there's money to be made, hackers will keep finding ways to exploit stolen data, creating new threats for businesses and individuals alike. Even though Genesis Market no longer exists, the methods it pioneered are still being used by cyber criminals worldwide. The ease with which stolen identities were bought and sold should be a wake-up call for anyone who believes their online presence is safe.